if we were not to
Speak up.
if we were not to give you your full funding, how else or how what other organizations are you to get your funding from if you needed more?
Oh, we apply for a variety of grants, local grants here. Anti-Defamation League is one that I'm looking into. Once again, like I told you, before I came in, there were two people, basically the secretary and Jeff, and grant writing was not a popular thing. And now that I'm hired and we're expanding, we're going for grants. So basically, this is all new to the foundation. So we're looking into local organizations, national organizations, educational organizations. United States also, they have the government, I was looking into the teaching program of university professors has funding as well. So we are looking into other means of funding. Any assistance we can get, because like you see, we have a bunch of programs that need funding, and we support, graduate students. We had once a group for seniors in college to go to concentration camps, all for 2 weeks in like an East European seminar, and we supported them and provided funding for 50% of their travel. So, I mean, our foundation is a very, very benevolent and philanthropic. We give a lot of money to people to educate. That's our goal. We just want everyone to know about it. It's amazing. You wouldn't believe how many people don't know about the Holocaust or don't believe it or know very little about it. I taught in Louisiana for 13 years, in the swamps of Louisiana, and talk about denial. Oh my goodness, it was kind of scary. I don't know if are you guys familiar with David Duke? Have you ever heard of him? Like he was the Grand Poobah of the Ku Klux Klan or something like that? I don't know. And he lived a mile away from me. He denies the Holocaust. And there are a lot of people like him. But what I learned from the foundation and what I taught these students, I had students who still contact me, and their teachers in Louisiana, in places like Fort Allen and Eunice, which are like villages, and they're teaching their students about the Holocaust. That's our goal.
Do you have any plans to expand the organization beyond the state of Illinois in the foreseeable future?
That's actually one of the goals I mentioned. I would love to go ahead because Wisconsin is not far away. In fact, I'm speaking to you from Wisconsin. Kenosha, Wisconsin. Packers are getting ready to play and everybody's excited around here. Anyway, Kenosha, Wisconsin is 50 miles away, so to include Wisconsin and Indiana, a tri-state would be fantastic, yes. That would be something we would really love to do. But we don't want to bite off more than we can chew right now.
More questions? No, Eric?
You said you weren't able to do the program last summer. Do you see any of the same problems they had last summer maybe affecting this summer? And if so, how do you plan to just go over them and kind of address them?
Well, right now, since we're in a change of hierarchy, that's one of the issues too. But by next year, there's going to be a new director of it, and things will be brand new. So we won't have to worry about any sort of switches, any problems. And hopefully financially we will have gathered enough money. Last year, one of the main reasons why we didn't have it last year was because Jeffrey Giles from Florida, he was going to Eastern Europe to do research. And we relied on him. Now we're opening up to other professors, but we were a little bit too late to bring someone in. So, anyway, we don't see a problem. Our goal is to actually expand it and to make it better and not to make it so insular, relying just on a few people. We want to rely on more people.
Who's that, Miranda? Just say your name.
Hi, I'm Miranda. Can you just explain a little bit more about how teachers apply for the programs or select for the programs and how you guarantee that you're reaching the teachers who aren't teaching the Holocaust material in classrooms?
Yeah, what we do is what has been done in the past, and which we're going to expand it, is that we advertise, because this has been held at Northwestern University in conjunction with Northwestern University. So they have an advertising through or something to that effect. And they would advertise in, like, let's say the Chicago Tribune and Teaching Chronicle of Illinois, as well as their own website. What I intend to do is I intend to spread it out by, I'm already establishing, it takes me a long time, as you tell you, going through and just going through high schools and going, okay, high schools in the Chicago area, high schools in the Peoria area, and listing all the principals' names, their emails, etc. And then what I'm going to do is send out mass emails saying, hey, you guys down in Carbondale, Illinois, this is an opportunity we have. So, that you have this for your students, for your teachers, I'm sorry. So basically, we're looking to expand it. Right now, you know, like I said, so we never had a problem. We always had a tremendous number of applicants. And you do have a good point in the sense that we want to make sure that the teachers who've already been to the institute don't go twice. Because by the way, they love it. They think it's a fantastic opportunity. So we want to reach more people. The credentials necessary are that you have to, you have to basically sign a document saying, and your principal and your school has to sign a document promising that they will incorporate Holocaust education curriculum. Because sometimes they'll say, okay, fine, educate the teacher, and no, they don't have time to teach it because it doesn't fit in that, whatever that testing is. So, we have them sign a document promising. And then, like I said, we support absolutely. Like, we'll give money to the library to buy Holocaust. We do whatever we can to encourage them to continue and to continue their education.
Questions?
Hope I answered that.
Okay, go ahead.
You said, you gave a quote from, I think, the director of the DC Holocaust Museum. And I know they have a lot of resources in terms of, like, ways of teaching the Holocaust and, like, lesson plans and stuff like that. When you're with teachers, I'm assuming, you know, that's what's big for them is they want, like, a lesson plan. So where do you get the resources for that? Are those generated by your company, or is that generated by, like, outside? Or
Generated by our company. We create our own, yeah, we create our own. We as professors are trained, because a lot of us, you know, and we ourselves have gone through a seminar on how to teach the Holocaust. Through the foundation, it's a 2-week seminar around the same time, actually. And so we learn how to teach teachers how to teach the Holocaust. And some of us, like, for example, I've been involved in the past 13 years. I give a specific lecture in Florida for the Hungarian Holocaust to the Holocaust educators or the Summer Institute for Teachers at Florida State University. So we create our own plans, lesson plans. So by the way, we do make use of the museum sources. We have contact with them. We have a great relationship with many, and many of the scholars there are members of the Holocaust Educational Foundation. So it's a really wonderful reciprocal. So the more we can extend our network amongst other organizations, museums, schools, the better off we are.
Questions, more questions? So, did somebody have a question about budget, some of the budget items?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
In the projected budget for 2011, it says that you guys plan to spend $5,000 on marketing. I was wondering what that money goes towards.
That money, I'm sorry, I didn't.
The money spent on marketing, like
There's-
what that constitutes.
Well, that's basically the Northwestern, that's the price that Northwestern University gives us for their advertising too. So they put it in their alumni magazine, they advertise the Tribune, they do all of that, and then they hire advertising person. You know, I don't know if we would use that full amount. That's what we used to use, and I just provide you with a quote basically, what is in the past. But now, since we're changing and we're expanding and, you know, using other venues like internet, it might not be as much.
Any more questions? We have time for one more question. If the group does not give you the full funding, what will that mean to the scalability of the program?
We will still manage. We have the goal, we have the drive. We would appreciate every single bit of help that we can receive, and we intend to use every single penny. Another thing is, just to let you guys know, for example, the 2 volunteers that we have, I'm one of them, by the way, who we have to go, being the teachers, the traveling teachers, we're not asking to be paid for our time, we're just asking to be paid for our gas. So if I have to drive to Northbrook, Illinois, and give a lecture for 2 hours to help a teacher, I'm not gonna be paid, and the other person involved decides not to as well. So we've got a lot of volunteers and a lot of heart in this, and no matter what, I mean, we kind of live through Zeb's example, you know, you can try to kill us, you can try to hunt us, you can try to stop us, we're not gonna stop. We are gonna make sure of it. And we're very, very lucky to have a founder like him and to have opportunities like this, as well as great people working on our crew, great people involved in with the foundation. We're just blessed, very, very blessed. And, you know, we intend to disseminate the information and help anyone who needs to be helped.
Great. Any more questions? Last call. Okay. Judith, thank you very much. We
Thank you,
appreciate
and once
it.
again, I apologize for the lack of